Here I am outside the Willingham Auditorium. As most of you know, the annual Founders Day convocation always happens just inside this building behind this door. And this year we have invited the Jay Sekulow as our speaker. So let's see what we need to know about the speech.
The core of the Founders Day convocation is for the returning Mercerians to share their experience with the school. Sekulow followed the tradition.
I said, well, it's significant, but it wasn't as significant as the call I got from John Cole in September of 1977 and admitted me to law school. And that's the truth. This university changed my life and changed my family's life. In one sense, you created my family.
He gave a very interesting narrative saying that he's met his wife at the university and that his nieces and nephews both attended the university. And especially since he was a double bear, getting his undergraduate degree and his law degree from Mercer, I thought that added a unique perspective. But on the other hand, there were times where I thought that when he mentioned that since some people weren't able to attend the Q&A, he said he was going to address some of those issues. And I thought that was sort of treading a fine line, especially because you could tell that he was sort of pressing his own personal views and sort of fielding the questions that you knew were to come in the Q&A.
It's 12:20 right now, and 40 minutes later, they are going to have a special Q&A session for Jay Sekulow, and he can respond to student questions. It's a closed session, so I can't videotape inside, and I'm just going to wait here to see if somebody will come up to talk to us about the session.
Despite the rain this afternoon, the room was packed with students and faculties. During the session, people wrote down their questions at the entrance, went up to the microphone set up in the middle of the room, and announced their questions for Sekulow to respond. The questions included specific law cases that Sekulow was involved, as well as his political beliefs. Later this afternoon, I was lucky to get the current president of Common Ground to share his thought about the events.
It felt a little contradictory because he was saying that his personal beliefs were not reflected by the court cases that he's argued, but then also at the Q&A session, he kept citing people he's represented as proof that he couldn't be Islamophobic because he's had all these Muslim clients, or isn't homophobic because he's represented all of these LGBTQ clients. And so you can't really have both, like either your cases reflect you or they don't.
Common Ground organized a peaceful protest against the speaker during the convocation in the morning. They sat inside the auditorium wearing rainbow flags to silently voice for the minority group.
So our whole point in showing up, we just wanted to be obviously like respectful and not disruptive and peaceful, but also to make it visible that there are LGBTQ students and pro-choice students and all of these other groups on this campus, and we're still a part of the Mercer community, and our presence is just as much a celebration of Mercer's heritage as someone that doesn't necessarily stand for all these things.